Hello, hello, and welcome. And the last video I was talking about dental health and the things I've learned so far and the things that I've been using and how it works, how it's said to work, and how it has worked for me. Um, did I mention that oil pulling actually makes your teeth whiter? Yeah, it actually makes your teeth. It removes what can I say now? Discoloration. It reduces discoloration of the teeth and all of that. So it makes it brighter and shinier and all of that. That being said, okay, so let's jump right back into it. So we're talking about options for toothpaste, and there are so many, so many options. During the first lockdown, we had I kind of ran out of a few things, essentials, and I was I was a bit I was very rich. You understand? I'm speaking positive right now. I was very rich at that time, so I was really looking for options, and I thought, you know what? Something just said, and someone had said, one of the people I follow had said, look, go natural, use salt to brush your teeth. And people were saying, how do you use salt to brush your teeth? You understand? So I thought, what's the harm? I'm at home. It's not as if I'm going out and nobody's going to, I mean, how am I going to tell that I used salt? As long as my teeth is clean. And salt, we all know salt is a preservative. If you want to preserve something, you add salt to it. If you want to sweeten food, well, maybe not sugary sweet, but sweeten cooked food, you gotta add salt to it. Serves as preservative. That is what is known for mostly, you understand? So it makes sure it keeps germs and harmful bacteria away. So that would very well be good for the teeth. So I was using it not as melting it in the mouth, but as powder. So I was using the powdery salt. You understand? So I just, put my toothbrush on salt and then I use it to, brush my teeth. When I finish brushing one section, I take another one. So if it gets really salty, I spit that one out and then I keep, you know, touch of salt for every section I brush, right? So and my mouth was my mouth clean, and I really enjoyed the result. It was really nice. So that is one. That's one you can use. You can use cinnamon powder. Now, if you want to use cinnamon powder, you add it, you leave it in your mouth for a few minutes, right? So you just put it in your mouth, forget it there, not forget it there like that, but you go on about your day. So when it's beginning to feel a little uncomfortable, and when you run your teeth while it's still in your mouth, you run your tongue over your teeth and you find that it's cleaner, it's cleaner, and you begin to feel like your tongue is getting some major cleaning, then you go and brush, while it's still there. You close your mouth as you brush. You just, the opening you have is just where the brush stick is sticking out, right? So you brush every corner of your teeth, you spit it out, you brush your tongue as well, and that's that about that. So you can use cinnamon powder. It's very good for as a cleaning agent for the body. It's used for body scrub actually. If you add with honey, you can use it as a facial scrub, you can use it as a body scrub, so it's very good. And people use cinnamon powder for their foods as well. So I'm talking about kitchen stuff. There is also turmeric powder. Now, turmeric powder, you have to be very careful with turmeric powder because it stains. It has oil, so it stains. So if you use it in your mouth, you find that your tongue is it's kind of yellowish. Yeah. So that's what happened. You find that your tongue is kind of yellowish. So you gotta be careful with that one. So you have to probably mix it with cinnamon powder, or you can mix it with salt. You understand? But hey, who is looking at anybody's tongue right now? Like, turmeric is an is antibiotic. It has anti-inflammatory properties. So really, turmeric powder is fantastic. You can always Google it to find out what else it does. What it does for the body is amazing. If you eat turmeric in itself in the raw form is amazing. You add it to your food. If you want to have your rice looking like fried rice or having a yellowish thing to it, you can always add it to it, and it's a healthy addition to food. It's very, 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 very healthy. So that as well is also used to brush the teeth, but you don't use it on its own, otherwise it colors everything. So you want to add it, probably a little bit of salt to it, or you want to add it to cinnamon. There is another one, is activated charcoal, or medicinal charcoal, if you will. Activated charcoal or medicinal charcoal. You can find that in any good pharmacy, right? You can find that in any good pharmacy, health store, activated. You have to be sure activated charcoal, like edible and activated charcoal, right? So this, you have to get a charcoal that you can actually drink, because activated charcoals, they are used as anti-poison, right? Maybe someone took something that is bad for their body, or you feel bloating, you have stomach pain, you can take activated charcoal. It's actually written on some of it, so you have to read the instruction box, or you have to read the instructions. What they usually write, what they do, what it does, for the body. So when you see that it is something that you can actually drink, for your stomach, then that is the right one. So activated charcoal is also fantastic, right? So you can use activated charcoal on its own, but activated charcoal is a bit oily, can be a bit oily, so it sticks with your brush and everything. So you want to add salt to it, so that your mouth will not be all black, so to speak. I mean, it will clean your teeth, but your mouth, your tongue is not a bad thing. But if you want to get it cleared out as much as possible, you want to add either cinnamon powder or salt, or a little bit of both to it. There is also what else now? I'm trying to remember. So all the things I've mentioned so far, you can add them together and as a powder, or if you want it in a paste form, you can mix it together. You can mix in coconut oil. Yes, you can mix in coconut oil, into not runny stuff, but just, slightly wet, because if it's too much, it sticks to your brush, and then as long as you use warm water to rinse your mouth and your brush, you'll be fine. Now, before I forget, I want to talk about taking care of your brush. Now, you don't just, some of you may have seen a video where wall geckos and what is it called now? This vermint, cockroach, will actually balance near your toothbrush and be licking it. And then you take that, thinking you're taking a dry brush, you just rinse it with water, and then you put that into your, that is terrible. I don't want to think about that. You don't want to think about all the things that could actually go close to your toothbrush. Like, you might say, well, if I will use toothpaste to wash the, what is it called now? The toothbrush. That's like saying that you would take, what is it called now? You will add antiseptic to dirty water or something like that. The water is dirty and you want to drink it, and you say, oh, I can always take some detoxifier. No, there's some, if it's dirty, don't do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you might ask, how do I drain? I can't wrap it in clothing because it might get smelly and all of that. What you can do is get a bottle that your whole brush can go into. A bottle with a cover, and then put water in it. Okay, so that is where you store your toothbrush. You put water in it. So it's like actually making sure that any other thing that is stored, that any dirt particle that is in your toothbrush actually soaks out. It's like soaking your toothbrush for cleaner use the next time you're going to use it. So you pour water that covers the brush. So that is going to be like maybe 1/3 of the bottle. So you have to put it in a bottle that you know you can tighten the cover of that bottle. It's very, very important. Then you can add salt to it. There's things you can add to it. You can add salt. You can add hydrogen peroxide. You can put a few, maybe like half a cup of hydrogen peroxide, like maybe half a teaspoon, like you just gauge it, like half a teaspoon. What you might consider half a teaspoon, just pour it into the bottle. You can add salt. These are options. You can add salt. You can add you can put in vinegar as well. That is very important. You can add in vinegar. Vinegar is what I'm using currently. I used salt. I've also used sodium bicarbonate or baking soda or bicarbonate of soda. Any of those names is still baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda or sodium bicarbonate. So I add that to it as well. Speaking of sodium bicarbonate, you got to be very careful with that, but it's also good for washing of the skin, the hair, and also the teeth as well. It's edible, so you want to get the one, obviously, baking soda that is edible. No additives, just pure baking soda. You can add that to what's the name of this thing? You can add that to turmeric powder, not too much, maybe like a ratio 1 of baking soda to ratio 2 of turmeric powder. Sorry, the same thing goes for what's the name of this thing now? The same thing goes for I'm trying to remember the name. I just said it now. Activated charcoal, right? You don't need to do that with cinnamon. Cinnamon may have oil in it, but the cleaning power is amazing. That's what I used this morning, and my teeth feel super clean. My mouth feels super, super, super clean. Then again, if you really want to enjoy the benefits of this natural thing, exempting what is it called now? Salt. If you want to actually enjoy the benefits of all this combination that I've told you about, I mean, you'll find your rhythm after some time. You begin to know how much you put in. So you mix in, don't mix in so much, just mix in a little that will last you for maybe 2 or 3 days. So if you don't like the consistency, you can add something more or less, right? So you can add something that cleans more or something that is a little bit more oily to it. So eventually you get the right regimen that you like the most, that you can work with. So I'm just giving you a list of things you can actually use. So you can use baking soda. You can add baking soda to the water you're going to dip in your brush into, and then just cover the bottle. You don't need to tighten it, just cover the bottle and just screw it a bit so that it will not be knocked off. Just screw it a bit and put it somewhere safe, and then when next you want to brush your teeth, you can just try to remove just insert your finger into it and try to pin it out pull it out, yeah. You don't have to change the water every day, but if you feel better changing the water every day and adding new cleaning agents, antibacterial, antiseptic, all the anti stuff into it, that's great. I mean, that would be wonderful. If you're cool with that, that's fine. So what else? So yeah, that's just about it, really. So if I remember something else, I'll do another video and let you know if I discover something else. So with all of this that I've just said, it now remains what you eat. Now, to one matter that a lot of people know about but they hardly talk about is tonsillitis. I think that one happens like that place where yeah, those two places, they sometimes harbor some very stinky cream colored stuff. So they call them tonsil stones. Sometimes they don't come in stones. It's not stones like that, but they're hardened stuff. And sometimes they don't come hardened. They just come like, some creamy but severely stinky stuff. You understand? So if you know that you're eating a lot of sugary things, or you know that you just have that issue, if you have mouth breath issue, all the things I've mentioned in this video and the previous one, try and do that. But last but not the least is this one that I'm talking about right now. So you get a mirror, get a well lighted place, get your warm water, salt warm water on the ready, get close to a zinc where you can spit the content out. Open your mouth wide so you can see it. Then make sure your hands are clean, of course. Wash your hands, and then you insert your hand into your mouth and then press. I don't know why I'm doing this. And then press, that pocket, that thing that seems like pocket, like you can see that it's covering something. You press that place from the base up and press it out. So like you really, really press it. Don't be too hard and don't be too gentle either. Don't be too hard so that you not bruise your mouth. So you press it out, and whatever you bring out, you just make sure it doesn't drop in your throat. You cannot swallow that thing, I can assure you. You can't. So you make sure you do it in such a way that it falls out and not into your throat. So then you rinse, you gargle with the warm water, you rinse your hand, you do it again like 3 times until there is nothing that comes out after you press it. You do the same thing with the other side as well. So that's the 2 sides of your mouth that is beside that dangling thing at the back of your mouth. So you just press that area out. Whatever comes out, you clean it. If you smell it, it's stinky. So you can tell that if you're having mouth odor, that is where the whole thing is coming from. And then you rinse your mouth. You notice that after you do that, you have steady supply of saliva. Like it's as if the blockage of your saliva has opened. So it just keeps flowing to refresh the mouth, and you keep swallowing and all of that. So unlike before, when your mouth is just dry, so if you find that your mouth is dry, you might want to check and press out whatever might be there. Even if there is nothing there, you just press it out. It stimulates production of saliva and all of that. So yeah, if you know that you have that issue and you press it out and something actually does come out, then please, you want to drink more water than most. Don't listen to people that tell you that you can drink too much water. They don't have the issue you have, so they can drink too much water. But you have things that you want to flush out of your system. They probably don't have that, or they do and they are not aware, right? So drink lots of water. So if you know that drinking water is not something that you find easy, find ways to drink more water, like adding a few drops of lemon into your water, lemon juice. into your water. It said that you can add cucumber into your water. I've not tried that before. Just to give the water some taste that other than water. So maybe that is it. But one method I use is I drink warm water with ginger. I chew raw ginger, not dry ginger, raw, fresh ginger, and I drink water. And I drink warm water, even if it's cold water, but warm water, it clears, whatever blockages. I just feel kind of thirsty. So I'm just drinking water and drinking water. So, yeah. That's how you drink water. And eat less sweets. Take more vegetables. Please. You see, if you take more vegetables and you add drinking green vegetables as well, like juicing and drinking vegetables, you notice that bad breath will be a thing of the past. And if you're suffering, if you happen to have body odor, for example, yeah, that will also resolve it if you take green juices. Like, there is something about green. It might look unappetizing, but what it does to the body is amazing. If you want to smell fresh, you gotta drink green vegetable juice. There is no if but. Perfumes will not do it. If the perfume will mingle with your body, whatever, and then it brings out some interesting fragrance. Now, it will be a fragrance if your body is detoxified. So the real essence of your body comes out, and not the fumes of, rotten food or something that is emanating from the largest respiratory organ of your body, which is your skin. And sometimes your mouth, right? So you have to take a lot of green juices if you notice that you're having bad breath. With your face masks right now, you will know if you're having bad breath, because you by the time it's like 2-3 hours and you're beginning to have some interesting smells coming out of your mouth because of the face mask, then you know that you have mouth odor, and you need to drink more green juices. Juice green, like if you have leafy greens, whatever leafy green that is in season where you live, you squeeze it out, you drink it with maybe a pinch of salt or something. You drink it. If you do that at least once a week, if you can do that every day, fantastic. If you do that at least once a week, you will notice that there will be a reduction in mouth odor and body odor, and your mouth health will be great. By the time you try to remove that junk that just gets stuck in the back of the mouth, you notice that hardly anything will come out. And you can actually smell what is there, and it doesn't smell at all. I've done that before. Like, I was drinking green juice back to back every day. Like, that was not what I was drinking throughout the day, mind you. I was taking it like first thing in the morning, something like that. Like, I'll take it first thing in the morning, wait for 30 minutes before I eat anything I want to eat. And it's mostly natural food. So by the time I drink that, and I was doing it like every day for like 1 week until the juice finished. It was like 1 week. I was just drinking it. You can squeeze this green juice, if it's a lot of vegetable, and store it in your fridge, right? And then you can just drink it every day, or you can do it fresh every day, right? Green juices, and you notice that, your mouth, you won't have odor. You understand? Your breath will be fresher. So it's not about how often you brush your teeth. It's the inside. That's what matters. All right. I need to go out and go shopping for my own wholesome foods and all of that. Yeah, I do buy a few comfort foods, but I make sure that most of the things I buy are vegetables, fruits, grains, and legumes, right? So maybe one of these days I'll talk more on that. So until then, stay healthy, drink water, please, and go natural when it comes to your health. Shalom. Remember, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So if you want to have a sound mind and you want to have love, you need to connect with the Almighty God through Jesus Christ. It's very, very important. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him. So if you want to know your true essence and you want to enjoy life to the fullest, even with all the chaos happening on around, even if something is going on in your life, there is the peace that surpasses all understanding, the peace that is not affected by what happens to you or what is happening around you. You just have that consistent peace. You understand? So you can have it through Christ, and that is simply by making him your Lord and Savior. Get a KJV Bible. You can download that anywhere. You can buy it in the bookstore and start and just say, Lord, Jehovah God, please reveal yourself to me. Reveal what I'm supposed to do with myself in your word. Let me know more of you. Let me know who you really are. Let me know you. Let me also know myself. And you'll be amazed that as you're reading that Bible, you will begin to get some you begin to get some revelation. Not that your eyes might actually open, but you just find some clarity about your life. Like it's like the windows of your spirit will just open and you begin to sense a lot of deep truths about life, about yourself, and your intuition, your discernment will become sharper. So it's a good book to buy. It's everywhere. You can download it. There is no secret about it. It's not a cult or anything like that. It's just getting spiritual enlightenment and connecting to your source, basically. So, take care of yourselves and be good.